presentation. I'm going to pivot, if you don't mind, for just one quick second. I'd like to hear from the A's relative to what their statement was, and I just would like a little bit of clarity around the listening tour. That was new information that I'd not heard prior to today, despite all the hearings that we've been watching. And I believe you stated you've been on a listening tour for the last year. So would you talk through a little bit of the data? What did you find? Where is that? What are the community members, and what are the things they brought up? Do you have the data to support it?
So I've been meeting with a number of community members and nonprofits throughout Nevada. Many of those came to recommendations through other individuals and people that we have worked with. And really what I try to do is just understand what their work is, what their mission is, what they focus on, how they work with corporate partners, how they work with the other professional teams. So it was really more of an introductory type of meeting, so I could really think about how we, if we come to Nevada, will do our community work.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm curious to know if you have some of that data that you could share with us. I know that we are all interested in hearing that, as well as many of our constituents have weighed in on sort of what does this look like for us in our communities, and I think that would be helpful if we could see some of that data.
I apologize. I don't know if I understand your question, because I believe, unless I'm mistaken, the data has been built into this community benefits agreement that Ms. King has been leading up, that we've been supporting.
Okay, thank you. So then for clarification, you're talking about Ms. King's listening sessions relative to us in the development of the community benefits agreement, or did you do a separate listening session? And I don't really want to get into the meat of it. I'm not trying to beat you up. I'm just trying to really understand who are the community organizations that weighed in. Did you do roundtables in specific communities? Did you look at underrepresented communities? Did you look at minority communities? Did you look at the Native American tribes that we have? I mean, like, who weighed in to help you develop that beyond the community benefits agreement that we have in front of us that we've weighed in on? That's really what I'm looking for.
Sure. So we met with a number of organizations the types of organizations that we currently work with. So I met with food insecurity, so 3 Square. I met with us, and forgive me because I don't have the list in front of me, Spread, thank you, Spread the Word, to talk about their book literacy program, and we went to their warehouse to understand kind of how they're working in schools. We met with representatives from Ty's Place. I met with the Public Education Foundation to talk about the education things that we do there. I met with a number of Little League leaders, because again, our work is also going to include youth baseball and softball. I would like to say that the work is not done. Over the next year, additionally, if this does pass and move forward, we will be back in the community really doing the robust work. This was just the beginning, but what I tried to do was meet with a number of organizations across the different spectrums of the work that we already do: literacy, food insecurity, homelessness initiatives, and things like that.
Thank you. I sincerely appreciate the detail, and I appreciate that you're continuing to work in the community benefits agreement and building those relationships. I think that's going to be essential as we go forward. As my colleague stated earlier, I believe question 1 was really around the community benefits agreement and building that relationship. It was a conversation I had with the owner of the A's a week ago relative to how do you show up and really participate in our community. I think we have an exceptional track record relative to that. I'd like to see that continue as we go forward, and I believe that we're not really there yet on the community benefits agreement, and so for me, that's where I'd like us to continue to work.
Yes, and I want to make sure there's an understanding that the work will not just be the community benefits. As an organization, we have a 501c3. We will do more above and beyond kind of what is required as part of the stadium and ballpark. It's the work that we will do initially as an organization, of the core values that we believe in.
Thank you. And Ms. Aker, I know it's weird because I'm behind you, but if I could ask you and Ms. King, if you have the ability to maybe put together a list of the organizations you met with. I know we put you on the spot here, but I think that would be helpful for members. And then if members have suggestions going forward for other organizations that can be included, I think that would make sense to be able to do that. Obviously, I know you don't have that right now, but if it's something you could get to the committee of the whole, would really appreciate it.
Yes, I'll work on that during the break. And I apologize, I did not say my name every time, but hopefully for the record, Catherine Aker, the A's.
That's okay. That's really on me. I'm supposed to remind you, so I was intrigued by the answer as well.